Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a film that I had turned down before and it's been nominated for 6 Hong Kong Film Awards. The film award ceremony was last night and I just want to share some thoughts about watching a film that I had turned down and the reasons behind that decision. It was 2017 and the director and the producer approached me to do a film called G Affairs and to play one of the main characters. The character itself is very challenging. I remember reading the script, they sent me the full script and I read it at home in one breath. I was having a very difficult time taking it all in because the script itself, it seems all over the place because they're trying to have this humor and this symbolism going on. They weren't trying to put everything in your face. They try to come up with little stories here and there to tell you about what's going on in Hong Kong. So the script itself is it has this feeling of being coming into a world that is quite ridiculous and quite funny, but it's also a satire on the Hong Kong society right now. By using the alphabet G throughout the script, G this, G that, and there was a list of G. But once I understood the script, I thought what an honor that they invite me to do this character, because the character, I think, is the soul of this film. If it doesn't work, if the actress didn't do it right, I don't think the film will be well done. I really think the actress is really need to perform the blood and tears and all the range of emotions that she needs to show. And I had this interview with them. I went to the office and talked with the director and the producer about the character and the whole story. And I was quite afraid throughout because there's so many talented actors out there, and I just feel maybe I'm not that good enough to play this character. And this film really deserves a stellar performance. They came up with this script and they tried to fund it. They went to so many different people and asked for money, and they had a difficult time finding the fund, and the Hong Kong government ended up paying the fund. So it has a deeper meaning than just a commercial film. And I was thinking to myself throughout the interview, okay, we're here sitting talking about what to do and how to play this character, and the character itself is a prostitute from mainland China, and I don't have issues playing sex worker on screen. But at that time it was 2017 and I had just finished doing a film in China playing a widow who is HIV positive, and I spent a month in Hunan doing the film. It was around 0 or 1 degree. It was very cold in the winter. Every night I had to lie on the floor and pretend to be a dead body because the character, the police suspect that the character had died, and so I was always playing what they're thinking in their mind. So I was a dead body. But there were some acting scenes as well. But I remember throughout the script, almost every scene I had to cry, and it's not just like one tear and she breaks down or whatever. It's like she cries, she cried even more, she cried more, and she cried more. That was like in the script. So they required more tears, more screaming, more tears, more screaming. My first day shooting, I would cry around 12 times because my husband died in front of me. So I had to become hysterical, and that was our last moment, husband and wife together, and I would never see him again. That was his last moment on earth. And basically that was my experience throughout making that film. Just every day, a lot of crying, a lot of screaming, and I went to this really dark place. I remember in my hotel room I would play the soundtrack from Black Swan and try to stay in that sad, sorrowful mood throughout, whether I'm in my hotel room by myself or on set with the crew. I would just have these songs in my head and stay in that world. And the character, the prostitute character in G Affairs, is almost, when I was reading the script, and I thought to myself, wow, I just finished doing that film. It really took everything out of me. I questioned a lot of things after I finished the film, because it really takes you to another place when you spend a month crying and being in this really dark world. And I thought, I'm not sure if I can handle this character. First of all, I'm not sure if I'm good enough. Second of all, it requires a lot of crying and a lot of dark thoughts that you need to prepare in your head before you go and portray what is going on in her world. And because her world is filled with ugly people, ugly things, and I just thought maybe I shouldn't take this on while I'm trying to heal from that film. On screen, I had played many different characters before. I had played a mistress, I had played a prostitute, I had played a pimp. To me, it wasn't a big deal at all. To me, the biggest deal is to be fair to the film. It's not about your own ego. It's not about how good you are. It's how good that you blend into the story, and to really give up your own ideals and to give up your own judgment about how this world is functioning. Try to see it from the character's perspective. Try to let loose and just stay in that world. I guess it's also my background in production and also in distribution of film. I worked behind the camera for a few years before I became an actress. So I see acting from the perspective of production and also as a result. So I turned it down. I turned down this character because I really think someone else would do a better job than me, to be honest. At that point, I wasn't thinking about how much fame would I get if I take on this role, and if I would get a nomination or win an award. It would be wonderful to be, recognized throughout the industry, but I just really had this gut feeling that they would find someone else to do it. And so they end up finding an actress from mainland China, from Sichuan, I think. So here we are 2 years later, almost 2 years later, watching the film, watching the end result in the cinema with the audience. No one in the audience knew that I turned out the character. I knew it in my heart, and it's almost like a secret that you share with yourself. No one in this world knew about it, and watch it, and I thought, wow, this actress Huang Lu, she did a wonderful job playing the character. I liked the way that she was light. I would have done it more heavy. I would have more tears. I would cry more more painfully. But she was quite light in a lot of scenes. But I like the way that she portrayed the character, and I really felt that she adds such spice to the whole result. So I'm really happy with the result. I I sat in the cinema and looking at her performance, I thought, wow, this is how the character should be portrayed. And I'm quite happy with the film. The final result is quite, I think it's almost identical to the script that I received. So I'm quite happy about it because they had a lot of clever satire and really funny symbolisms throughout the film. If you think about it in your head and talk about it with your friends, you will discover more. And especially the ending itself. I went with two guys to watch this film, and they both teach film at universities, and we have different opinions about it. But the ending itself, I would think that the characters, they are portraying the future of Hong Kong. So all the hairs stood up on my back, on my neck. They have the courage to make this film and to really try to explore another perspective of our society. I really appreciate this film. I really do.